Hello everyone, you know what this is, you clicked on the thumbnail. It is time for me to tell you the 5 reasons you should rush out to pre-order Doctor Who The Collection Season 24. Now, I ran a Twitter poll on this, and Red Kangs are best got the best result, so I'm wearing my shirt with the most amount of red on it, but of course I couldn't resist putting on my Sylvester question mark pullover either. Now, reason number 1 that you should go out and pre-order this box set is that this season is pure fun. This is possibly the most fun classic series of Doctor Who. It was pulled together at the last minute. People didn't know they were going to be working on it. There suddenly had to be a new Doctor. So there wasn't necessarily as much time to plan, but that meant they just went with really interesting, fun ideas, and you have a Doctor and a companion who delight in each other's company. The Doctor and Mel really like being together, and it makes the show fun to watch. Reason number 2 that you should go out and pre-order this box set is that you get 4 wildly different stories. So Time and the Rani is kind of a mad scientist, science fiction kind of story. Paradise Towers gives you social commentary. There's whatever the heck Delta and the Bannerman is, but it's a hell of a lot of fun, and it has 50s rock and roll and swing dancing. And finally, the 4th story, Dragonfire, gives you your sort of classical, evil, diabolical mastermind, and an absolutely beautiful monster design as well. Reason number 3 that you should go and get this box set, I should say 3 because that you can't really see how many fingers I'm holding up. Reason number 3 you should go out and get this box set is the special features, and particularly of interest to me is that it contains 25 hours of behind-the-scenes studio and location raw footage. Now, to put that in perspective for you, this is a 14-episode season, and each episode is 25 minutes long. So that roughly evens out to about 6 hours of total broadcast content. We have 4 times as much broadcast content in raw footage on these discs. You'll be able to see how the program was made. There's going to be bloopers. There's going to be the cast having fun with each other on set. And I just can't wait to see that. Reason number 4, and is sort of becoming standard for these late 80s sets, every single episode also features an extended alternative edit. And the episodes all have a 5.1 sound remix. Now, early on, when this was being broadcast, this is around the time Doctor Who went into stereo. I think it was fully stereo the following year. And what we then have here is these amazing soundscapes. Yes, you have Kev McCulloch and Dominic Glynn's wonderful incidental music. And yes, I love Kev McCulloch and Dominic Glynn's music. I am not ashamed to say it. But you also have just amazing sound effects. And yes, I'm thinking of the bubble traps in Time and the Rani. You know I love Time and the Rani. So that is a reason to go out and get this. And with the extended episodes, I found watching the Season 23 and Season 26 sets that these extended episodes give the plots more time to breathe. Something the production team talk about during the Sylvester McCoy era is they had a lot of ideas that they shot and edited, but then had to cut out to fit... They then had to cut out the ideas to fit the broadcast time slot. And look, I'm doing this all in one take, so I am going to be leaving that little fluff in. So don't think I made a mistake. But now you can see, in a way, what the production team were exactly going for before they had to make concessions to this time slot for the show. And that's going to be fascinating for me because I'm sure I've seen some of these deleted scenes before, but I believe there's even stuff that wasn't included on the DVDs, and I'm really looking forward to that. And finally, reason number 5, I want you to go out and pre-order this box set. And I am saying pre-order, not wait for it to come out and then buy it, because these sell out pretty quickly. The reason I want you to go out and pre-order this, from a personal point of view, is that this is the season of Doctor Who that I first watched live on broadcast. I've spoken before on Flight Through Entirety and on this channel that I got into Doctor Who. I broke my arm, I had to be kept still. Dad had all these tapes of Doctor Who, such as Pertwee and Tom Baker, Peter Davison, Sylvester McCoy. We had a few Troughtons. We didn't have any Hartnell. I didn't see any Hartnell until I was like 12, 13. But this was the series, after I watched all those tapes, that was broadcast. and it premiered, and I was the one recording the tape. And let me tell you, this season has never lost its magic. I totally acknowledge that it has its flaws, and they're born out of sheer desperation. John Nathan Turner didn't know that he was making this season and lost about 6 weeks of prep time. He didn't have a script editor, he didn't have a doctor, he didn't have scripts when he came back from his holiday. So the whole thing is rather chaotic. But you watch it and it's so enjoyable and pretty well thought out. The plots may be off the wall, but they're pretty solid and they make sense, and there's a strong sense of narrative throughout all 4 stories. You have to wonder that if the production team had had that extra 6 weeks and had had more time to plan, if this season would not be more fondly remembered. And as it is, it's come in for a bit of a reappraisal since the new series came back, and generally speaking, people think, oh, it's not so bad now. Some people, of course, still really don't like it, and of course, that is your prerogative. If you don't want to like this series, that's fine. There's lots of other series to enjoy, but for me, it is always going to hold a special place in my heart. And I don't mind telling you, when I watched that trailer written by Pete McTighe last night and starring Bonnie Langford, I teared up a little bit at the end, because I have vivid memories of being in the playground at school and being really excited because there was a new season of Doctor Who starting and I didn't know what to expect. And then, the next day, I have vivid memories of running around the playground with my arms sort of glued to my sides because I wanted to run like a Lacurtian. So, yeah, I am so pleased that this season is coming out. If you haven't experienced it before, I definitely encourage you to get this, because this is such a wonderful jumping on point for the classic series, and it provides an interesting start to the Sylvester McCoy era, which then just goes from strength to strength afterwards. But yeah, as a piece of Doctor Who, this is incredibly enjoyable. Go out, grab it, watch the stories, watch the extended stuff, watch the behind the scenes, and just see how much love was put into this madcap, off-the-cuff, rushed year of Doctor Who. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Say Something Nice will be up later today, or may have already been up, and it is in fact a season 24 episode, I'm very glad to say. And also this weekend, I will be finally putting out my first Classic Series story arc video might be a better title. The Classic Series Story Arc video part 1, because it's going to be at least a 4-part series for you all to enjoy. It's been a fair bit of time in the editing, but I think it's going to be worth it. As always, thank you all very much for watching. Do make sure to keep yourselves safe, wash your hands as much as you need to, and wear your mask when you're outside. And I will see you in the next video.